Hello guys, long time no see. I have a lot to talk about and a lot of things to do, I guess. This video is going to be about my top surgery consultation and just general top surgery things. I am basically a week away from my top surgery now, and I feel like I'm just going a little bit mad by not talking about it, and I'm worried that I'm just going to forget about these feelings and experiences. I raided my local store. I don't know what to call it. It says Oriental store on it, but obviously I don't know if that, I don't want to call it that. It just kind of sells like Japanese, Korean and Chinese cooking, like sauces, ingredients, like snacks and drinks. And the day I was watching a video of people trying bonbon, and then I found bonbon. Apparently this has like whole grapes inside. So these are also called bonbon. Bonbon snack, I think. I don't know. Bonbon snack. So what's the difference between bonbon drink and bonbon snack? Why are they both called bonbon? We got these spicy Cheetos, but they're not that spicy. Just fizzy. Oh. Oh. Yeah. That's sugary as fuck. This will be so sad. I thought bonbon had grapes in it. There it is. So that's that over. Now let's talk about the top surgery consultation. I knew this would be a hard thing for me to deal with. I have quite a large chest. I think I'm double D, 34 double D maybe. Sometimes E. I used to have a smaller chest, but in the past 3 or 4 years or so it grew. Basically I went to this consultation feeling very, very nervous, knowing that I had to take off my shirt and binder and obviously show my chest. And it wasn't necessarily embarrassment, it was just disgust. Like I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want to show anyone my chest. And so I got in and I was asked a few questions. One of the things that everyone always talks about with Miles Berry is him asking you what regret means to you. I wasn't asked that question. I think it was because just the length of time that I've been waiting to transition would have led him to not want to ask me that question. I don't know, he asked me when I knew I was trans and I answered 14, and then he asked when I came out to friends and family, and then I said 16, 15, 16. In response he said, oh, so, you know, it's been quite a long time. Then the regret question just didn't come. He also asked me how long I'd been on hormones, how that was doing. He said that obviously my voice had dropped. My dad was with me when this was happening, then my dad left the room and I was asked to take off my binder and shirt and binder, and for him to take measurements. I kind of just sat on the like bed and was very uncomfortable. The whole time I was kind of just like staring straight at the wall ahead of me, trying not to think about what was happening. Felt physically sick and just like I was gonna cry, basically. And I'm making it sound like it's such a huge deal, and it doesn't have to be a huge deal. And I don't want to scare anyone who needs to go, like who's gonna go to a top surgery consultation, because it's not scary, it's not embarrassing. This is just my own reaction. Struggled a lot with it, but that was just my experience, and I don't want to scare anyone off at all, or say that it's like my worst nightmare or whatever. It's not going to be the same for everyone. He was kind of asking me questions whilst I was shirtless, and I wasn't really processing what he was saying to me. Did you know that your left breast is bigger than your right, and that the nipple is lower down? Yeah, no, didn't know that. Nope, don't look at, nope, don't know, dude. And then I had to obviously stand by the wall, and he took some photos. And then I put my binder and shirt back on, and my dad came back in, and that was the worst part over with. Then there was another part. Because of how large my chest is, surgery will take 3.5 hours. It was also a bit more expensive than I expected. The hardest thing I think to deal with is the fact that I have quite bad acne on my chest, and that's not necessarily just from binding. I just kind of have bad acne to begin with. I was already on an antibiotic lotion. I've now switched to pills, antibiotics in pill form for my skin. But basically he said to reduce any chance of infection on the actual surgery, it was best if I stopped wearing my binder or reduced wearing my binder. And taking that into account, I haven't wore my binder for like a month and a half now, and it's been really hard. That's been the hardest part of all of this. Taking my shirt off and talking about my chest was enough emotionally for one day, but also hearing that I would not then be able to wear my binder until top surgery was really rough. Now that I'm a week away, it doesn't seem that hard because I kind of just adjusted, but for the first 2 weeks after my consultation, where I was getting used to not wearing my binder, because I would wear my binder pretty much every single day, any time I went outside. Those first 2 weeks afterwards, I was a bit of a wreck. I was very depressed. I was dissociating, basically to cope with the fact that I couldn't wear my binder. It was not a fun time, and it's still not a very fun time, but I'm a week away now, so we'll be fine. And I mean, it's not even really that clear now. It's better than it was. Another thing that happened on my consultation day is that I was told my paperwork wasn't the right type of paperwork, or wasn't enough, which at this point I expected, because when does paperwork ever go right for me? Never. 2.5 weeks after that consultation, I was trying to get this sorted out, and I was really freaking out, like, oh my god, I don't have enough time, blah blah blah. But that's all sorted out now, it's fine. My top surgery overall came to £7,325. Another thing I've done is they've asked me to take measurements again under my chest and around my waist for the after surgery. They call it garment, but it's basically a binder, you know, the after surgery binder that you have to wear. So I have to do 2 things that I don't particularly want to do, and that is 1, take swabs, and 2, shave my armpits. I don't have to shave my armpits, but they recommend because the dressings are sticky and it can rip off your armpit hair. But I don't have a lot of armpit hair to begin with. I haven't shaved my armpits for 5 years, and this is all I have. I'm really sad to shave it, but I think I'll be more sad if I rip it off. A nose swab and an armpit swab. Okay. Gary, I don't want to do the swab! My nose is tickly! Okay, it's fine, I did it.